What's the most extraordinary meal you've ever heard of? Imagine feeding 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. This might sound like fairy tale fiction, but it's a real event inscribed in the pages of history. Let me take you back to biblical times, to the sandy hills and breezy shores of Galilee, where this miraculous meal took place. So what could possibly transpire in this humble setting that would leave both skeptics and believers awestruck for centuries? Here's the tale. In those days, there was a man whose presence alone drew crowds like bees to nectar. His name was Jesus, a teacher and prophet who many believed was the promised Messiah. Wherever Jesus went, curious crowds gathered, eager to hear his words and witness his extraordinary deeds. On this day, Jesus, along with his 12 disciples, had sought refuge across the Sea of Galilee to rest from the throngs. But as soon as they reached the other side, a massive crowd of over 5,000 men, not counting women and children, had already gathered. They must have been a sight to behold, sprawling across the green hillside, hungry for wisdom and perhaps literally hungry for food. Therefore, confronted with their physical need, Jesus naturally saw an opportunity for compassion and demonstration. He turned to his disciple, Philip, asking, "Where shall we buy bread for these people to eat?" Philip, bewildered, responded with incredulity. It would take more than half a year's wages to buy enough bread for each one to have just a bite. But here enters Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, noticing a boy in the crowd with a small offering, 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. To any rational mind, this was inconsequential, a feeble gesture in the face of such a daunting task. But this didn't deter Jesus. He took the meager meal, gave thanks, and began distributing it. Here comes the astonishing twist. As the loaves and fish passed from hand to hand, they seemed to multiply miraculously, satisfying all in attendance. Every man, woman, and child consumed their fill, each morsel a testament to the unfolding miracle. Therefore, what might have been a mere barefoot picnic became a supernatural banquet under the open sky. The disciples, once skeptical, now marveled at the scene of abundance. As the sun dipped over the Galilean horizon, Jesus instructed them to gather the leftovers, 12 baskets full. The crowd, amazed and satisfied, buzzed with new understanding. Surely this man was more than a prophet. But why would this act of unprecedented generosity resonate through the ages? The miracle of the loaves and fish was not merely about feeding empty stomachs. It was a symbol, an enduring metaphor for the boundless potential of faith and the incredible implications of sharing even our smallest resources. Even today, this event serves as a powerful commentary on abundance. It challenges the notions of limited resources and scarcity in our world, urging each of us to cultivate a mindset which recognizes that every small offering can have massive repercussions when placed in the service of others. But more than that, this act redefined the meaning of community, breaking barriers of class and clan. What unfolded was a feast where the roles of provider and recipient blurred, where sharing created unity. In the simple breaking of bread and fish, the message rang clear. Community is forged in the act of giving without reservation. Therefore, this story of a miraculous meal transcends time and culture, leaving its audience to ponder life's greater mysteries and possibilities. The crowd that day left not only with full bellies, but with a lasting impression of a radical paradigm of love and generosity. And shouldn't we, too, draw inspiration, knowing that the power of giving, in whatever measure, holds the same potential today? This was and remains a miracle that questions our limits and challenges us to see through a lens of boundless possibility. Remember, all it takes is a small step of faith, the willingness to share what little we have, and the understanding that every contribution matters. So when life asks for more than you've got, recall that boy with his loaves and fish, and think, perhaps what I have is enough.